During an appearance on the Today Show this past Thursday, Liz Cheney was asked multiple times if she was going to run for president in 2024, try to get at the top of that Republican ticket. Of course, this was the day after the Republicans in the House voted to strip her of her leadership position. She was asked 3 times, and thrice she refused to rule out a presidential run in 2024. And the reason is because she says she has to keep all options open. She has to do whatever it takes. That's what she said, whatever it takes to stop Donald Trump from being president again. So, if that includes her running for president, then so be it. This is what happens when you have the media and you have certain liberals out there consistently for weeks propping up Liz Cheney as some kind of voice of reason within the Republican Party. Now look what you got. You've already done the PR work for her, folks. She's the sensible Republican. As Nancy Pelosi put out in a statement, she has integrity. Well, damn, that's a glowing endorsement that I'm sure is going to resonate well with independent voters across the United States. I warned y'all. And I got shat on for doing it. Like, can't you just give her credit for doing this one thing? I did give her credit. And every time I talked about Liz Cheney, I reminded everybody of all the horrible things she did. You know, supporting endless wars, throwing her LGBTQ sister under the bus, being a birther during the Obama years, let's not forget about that, attacking the recent stimulus package as socialism, voting with Donald Trump 93% of the time when he was president. But Nancy Pelosi says, oh, she has integrity. Oh, she's one of the good ones. Yeah, there's your campaign ads, Liz. Courtesy of the Democrats, courtesy of the media, courtesy of the friggin' Today Show that puts you on the air to talk about how extreme the Republicans have become. You're doing all the work for her. Honestly, at this point, it would be very stupid for Liz Cheney to not run for president. Hell, what are the Democrats going to do at this point? They've spent the last few weeks praising you. So are they suddenly going to turn on you? And then you're going to remind them like, hey, it's either me or Trump. And they're going to say, well, crap, I didn't think about that. What do we do here? No, you made a monster. Like the Democrats and the media propped up Liz Cheney the same way the Republican Party propped up Donald Trump as some kind of, he was the outsider, he was the hero. And then for the Democrats and the media, Liz Cheney was the outsider, she was the hero. And now you're likely to get destroyed by this monster you've created. Liz Cheney is a hardcore right-wing Republican who does not believe in equality, that is not in favor of expanding voting rights, that did not even want to send out a stimulus to Americans while we were still suffering through the pandemic. She is just as awful as the rest of the Republican Party, except she doesn't want to tell one of their lies. That's it, just one. The rest of them she's okay with. And we're supposed to somehow think that she has integrity, that she is somehow more reasonable than the other ones. And now look. If Liz Cheney were to run for president in 2024, I firmly believe she would win. I do believe she would win. Because in everybody's minds across the country right now, she's the reasonable one. She's the sensible one. Hell, she may be the new savior of the Republican Party. Republicans are always looking for a hero. Thanks to the media, and thanks to some of the Democrats, they may have just handed it to them on a silver platter.